What's up, people? Welcome back to Invest with T Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information and stay for the perspective. So we're seeing some nice traction with Bitcoin breaking through the 57K level and Ethereum making it above 3,700. The real party starts once those two break above 60K and 4K respectively. But today I want to focus the discussion on Polkadot. You have no doubt, if you've been paying attention, seen that the DOT token made its way to the top mover list over the past couple of days. Since the July lows, it has been on a steady grind with a solid push up this week. I mean, look at that parabolic move up. I've made references to Polkadot in several videos in the past, but I haven't really taken the time to cover why I believe this project is worthy of an allocation in my portfolio. If I was a financial advisor, which I'm not, and I could advise you, which I legally can't, I would tell you that this is one project with both near and long-term upside potential. So in today's video, I'll go over a high-level overview of what Polkadot is and what sets it apart, why it's on the verge of blowing up, and how high it could realistically go this cycle in my opinion. Drop the video an early like if you haven't already, and I'd recommend watching all the way through to get the full thought process. And with that, let's get into it. So to answer the question of what Polkadot is, I have two clips that I want to play for you today. The first one is from Mark Yusko, who is a macro investor and hedge fund manager who's focused on digital assets. In this clip, he covers how blockchain will play a center stage role in the next evolution of the internet.
I am not a Bitcoin maximalist. I think Bitcoin is a fantastic asset. I think it is hard money, the better form of money. But I think tons of other protocols are going to be great. I think we're going to have a protocol stack for Web3 the same way we have a protocol stack for Web2. Today we have TCP/IP, which you and I are using right now to communicate. Then we have SMTP for email, HTTP for websites, FTP for files. Then we have www that kind of ties everything together. That's a beautiful protocol stack. In the future, I think Bitcoin is kind of the base layer. I think on top of that, we got Filecoin to do the file stuff. Now in the middle, right, we have Solana and Polkadot and Cosmos kind of vying for those middle. Maybe one of those will win or two of those will win. And then I think, Ethereum is the www at the top that ties everything together as a toolkit. So I think you're going to have huge opportunities in Bitcoin, not as huge as they were 5 years ago, but still huge. Then I think you even have bigger opportunities in Ethereum because it's a toolkit and more things will be built on that. Then you've got all these other projects. So what the internet did to information, commerce, now blockchain and crypto does to financial services and to value. And so we have tokens today, very small number. In the future, we'll have billions, maybe even trillions of tokens that will represent digital ownership of every asset, every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of real estate, every piece of art, everything. It will be trillions. Everything will be tokenized.
That software stack he referred to is the key. And so in a future where everything is tokenized, you need all networks, both centralized and decentralized, to be able to move those tokens and information freely and securely at a high rate of speed and to be able to easily scale up as you onboard the entire world, right? So that's really where Polkadot comes into play as a layer 0 protocol. Let me give you a bit of context here. So the vast majority of crypto and blockchain projects are either layer 1 or layer 2 networks. Layer 1 networks are intended to be built for speed, security, and growth. Layer 2 networks are intended to be used with existing blockchain networks for optimization and to increase the layer 1 scalability. So to give you some examples here, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Cardano, Dogecoin, and Solana are all examples of layer 1. Polygon and the Lightning Network are examples of layer 2s, helping the Ethereum and Bitcoin networks scale. Now, the reality is that every layer 1 and layer 2 blockchain today suffers from the blockchain trilemma. And the blockchain trilemma is that public blockchains must sacrifice either security, decentralization, or scalability in their infrastructure. So one of them has to be sacrificed. So let's take Bitcoin, for example. It's super secure and the most decentralized network out there, but its transaction speed is ridiculously slow. Solana, on the other hand, transaction speed is through the roof, right? And it can easily scale up. But it's quite centralized, which makes it more vulnerable to attacks like the one that shut down the network recently. Polkadot is therefore the first true blockchain protocol to be designed from the ground up as a multi-chain ecosystem. So you start with a closed loop relay chain that is designed for maximum security, scalability, and interoperability. Parachains are unique blockchains that can then be optimized for a specific purpose, since each parachain shares the security of the base relay chain. So sharing this ultra secure layer 0 means that every parachain can exchange data, process transactions within the ecosystem extremely fast, which is essential for scalability. Polkadot is currently capable of supporting 100 parachains and can scale that number over time. But realize that every parachain can have its own vibrant ecosystem, so that's pretty cool. And because security is accounted for, each parachain can then be optimized to support either DeFi, gaming, NFTs, dApps, and form bridges to other centralized or decentralized networks. And what that all amounts to is interoperability and efficiency on a scale that we have not seen to date from any blockchain. And as we said earlier, that is essential for the internet evolution to move forward. But one of the best part about this approach is that in order for a parachain to remain part of the ecosystem, it has to, 1, win an auction spot, and 2, have to continue to return value to the ecosystem and to the token holders. All right, so let's move on and let me play you this second clip by Gavin Wood, who is the co-founder of Polkadot. And before creating Polkadot, he actually co-founded Ethereum. The reason he created Polkadot is because he felt strongly that interoperability was a must for blockchain technology to reach its full potential and usefulness.
I think, I think we need to understand the difference between product market and crypto market, right? Yes, there is one crypto market, the same way there's one stock market, but the different entities that are listed in this crypto market don't necessarily have to be competing in the product sense. And my personal feeling is that, parachains, for the reasons that I just explained, are a fundamentally different product to smart contracts. Yep. They're a different abstraction level, and different teams will find the different products useful. And this is why Polkadot, in addition to having parachains, also has smart contract parachains that are marketing their services and their tokens and all the rest of it to teams.
It certainly doesn't seem like it's a winner-take-all market. It's probably not even a winner-take-most in terms of power law distribution, at least in my opinion. What are you seeing so far this year? And I guess what would you expect over the course of the next 12, 18 months to be some of the applications that are either born natively on Polkadot or that migrate over as developers, as business folks, thinking about the merits of this as kind of critical infrastructure that's going to underpin their the blockchain-oriented parts of their business?
I would hope that we see some really novel applications that we don't sort of see on smart contract platforms, just because the smart contract platform isn't quite the right place for these applications to exist. I think one of the things that I'm excited for over the next year or so is really bringing on users that don't have and don't want to have crypto holdings. And this is something that I think Polkadot's uniquely in a position to capitalize on, primarily because it doesn't have this users need to pay fees to the platform model. By having, for example, users prove, maybe through an SMS, maybe through other social media accounts, that they are an individual person, and then giving them transactability for free. So not relying on this need to hold tokens to actually use a crypto application. And I think that's really a needed hurdle to get over before we can truly get to mainstream adoption.
The holy grail of, much like the internet, having people use crypto without knowing that they're using crypto.
Exactly.
And so it's not just Gavin who feels that way about the seamless integration of blockchains. Large companies like Microsoft and IBM fully understand that this is a must-have and have been investing accordingly into blockchain and the DeFi space. They realize that the future of finance and business in general holds key opportunity that revolves around this exact theme. They hit on the same points I've made several times in the past, and I'm quoting here. Most crypto industry analysts agree that the future of digital assets and the digital ledger technology sector will involve more than just one large blockchain. That's why it's imperative for ecosystem participants to develop solutions that allow tokens from multiple blockchains to be transferred across different networks in an efficient manner. This now brings us to why Polkadot had a power move this week. They announced the opening of the parachain auction. To keep it simple, beyond showing the value of the project, teams need to stake large amounts of Polkadot to secure their slot for the next 2 years. The auction starts on November 11th. This means that as more projects secure their parachain slots, the circulating supply of DOT tokens will be reduced, which should provide a nice price boost. As for how high it can realistically go this cycle, so remember the next 3 to 6 months, the previous all-time high was $49.69. DOT currently has a market cap of 40 billion, call it. Solana, whose network fully came online earlier this summer, went from around $25 to over $200 before settling down and consolidating around the $150 mark. So because I like to be conservative, I expect that Polkadot will at least make it over $100 this cycle. Long term, I would say that it has an easy 10x for around $400 billion for the market cap. And on that note, I'll leave it here. Bitcoin is rallying and on the verge of breaking through the 60K mark. So between the time we started the video and now, it's pushed up another $2,000. And I hope you're ready for the fireworks. I certainly am. I mean, it's been a while. It's been a long summer. And to see Bitcoin above 60 again would be pretty cool. So don't forget to drop this video a like if it gave you a new perspective and share with others who you think could benefit from it. For my newcomers, subscribe and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you don't miss out on future content just like this. As a reminder, I post every Sunday and now on most Thursdays for more crypto-focused content. Thank you for watching, stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you in the next one.